Hello. So just get right into it. I went to the library yesterday. I'm working on a new tape, so I didn't. Man, I was working on it all day, trying to just be real detailed with the tape that I'm working on. It just took all weekend, and I really got tired of it. So I didn't watch anything till late, and I watched Mayhem. So this is the movie I checked out from the library, and I swear I returned it, and they said I didn't return it, but I can't remember, so I just paid for it. It was like $25. So I was at the library and I saw it again, and I didn't even watch it when I put it on, but I was drunk, I was not paying attention. So I paid $25 for that. I'm gonna watch it. So Mayhem is from 2017, written by Matthias Caruso and directed by Joe Lynch, who directed Wrong Turn 2, which I really like. Wrong Turn 2, I think is a really good, wild, wacky, backwoods horror gore fest. And this is like just leagues. Like, this is a totally pro movie. Like, you could tell Wrong Turn 2 Dead End is pretty low budget, but for one thing, it looks great. So it stars Steven Yeun, you know Glenn from The Walking Dead, and Samara Weaving, who I just, up until recently, I thought she was Margot. I thought her and Margot Robbie were the same person. So Steven Yeun is a corporate dickweed. Oh, what's his name? Derek. So he's getting screwed over by some high up in his company, and they're gonna fire him just as a sacrifice. I wasn't paying attention. I was like, I don't care about this corporate rigmarole. But then there's this disease, the D13 or something, where you get infected, and it reminded me of the Belko experiment. But thinking about it, it also reminded me of The Hunt and Ready or Not, which Samara Weaving is also in. The Belko experiment is just really, when I saw it, and even I was like, this is just a little too much. It's really mean-spirited, and it's not fun for some reason. This is just too real for me now, stuff like that. But I do like books like that. I don't know what it is, and books can be even worse, but for some reason it just... Anyway. So there's this like rage virus that gets infected and you get a red eye, but not everyone... It doesn't turn you into a murder maniac. Only like one guy, and there's like spots all over the country. It's not like a full outbreak. It's not like zombieism or maniacs, or like killing and terrorizing like it is in today. But they'll attack and beat the crap out of each other, or just have sex, or just do something crazy out of the ordinary for their character. But one guy did kill someone, and he was let off because he was sick. So they established that. So of course the virus gets into the building. They have to quarantine. They lock it down, but it's not even a long quarantine. I think it was like 10. I can't even remember, but it wasn't like 48 hours. So he teams up with Samara Weaving to make his way up to the top to confront his boss, played by Stephen Brand. And along the way there's fighting and there's some killing. And then for some reason I like this better than the Belko experiment. Because you don't have to kill all the time, even when you're crazed with rage, because it's a pretty big thing to kill someone. It takes a lot, I would imagine. I've never killed anyone. So that I thought that was cool, but they mess people up with stabbing, and bone breaking and just beatings. But then, so the only thing that I like Steven Yeun, he's great as Glenn. Everyone loved him, and I just still see him as too nice of a guy to play this character. I don't know who else could have been this character, but I like Steven Yeun, and I want to see him win, but I don't want to see him be like a jerk and undermining, underhanded, backstabbing a douche. But he's still good. Samara Weaving is awesome. She's really funny. She's just so good in this. Like every movie I've seen her in, where I notice her, I really like her. So, and she likes metal. Oh yeah, Steven Yeun asked her like her 3 favorite bands, and she said Anthrax, DRI, and Motorhead. And she said old Anthrax, early Anthrax. I was like, that's cool. And then she's like humming a song. Da, 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 da. The lyrics are like, I can't remember the lyrics. They were funny though. But then halfway through it, about an hour. It's only an hour and a half. About an hour in, I was okay. I'm losing interest. But the bad guy, Stephen Brandt, he's a really good villain. He's a better villain than Steve Yeun is, like a kick-ass. Not that he can't be, it's just the way it was in this. It didn't fit him for me. Like Glenn can win in his way, and that's more satisfying. But also, towards the end, and it's again, this movie's doing the same thing. Like, all these movies want to be Deadpool, so I want to watch Deadpool again. I really liked it. I really like both of them. But yeah, just some of the jokes, the narration, even the way he said some of the lines. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, I just got Deadpool vibes from this and so many movies. Is it that? I don't think it's that influential, or maybe it is. But Deadpool is really good. I'm gonna watch them again. I watched the crap. I saw Deadpool so many times. When they would show it on regular TV, it came out a lot. And I have the Blu-ray, and I have the VHS, which I think I still have. Maybe I'll just put that on. Yeah, but I didn't write many notes, but so Mayhem. Still, even though I really love Wrong Turn 2, Dead End, I think Joe Lynch is a competent filmmaker. Mayhem was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was just almost in the middle, a little more leaning towards good, but I don't think I'm gonna watch it again. I doubt it. Maybe, but maybe, yeah, maybe. So I'll give it a 3.5. If you haven't seen it, yeah, definitely watch it. Get it from the library. Or if you see it at a Goodwill or somewhere, $5, maybe 10. I guess 10. I'm trying to remember like my favorite lines from movies. I can't remember any great lines, but they probably came from Samara Weaving. She has a nail gun. Yeah, there's like a Ash Evil Dead part where they're suiting up and they're getting all these tools, and I was like, are they gonna go build a shelf? Cabinet. Spectacular horror comedy. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's it. I did enjoy it, so it's not that bad. I don't want to be too hard on it. But I also got from the library, I got Nobody, which I haven't seen. And I already have Violent Night. So I don't know which one I'll watch first, but I'll definitely review those. I also have to mention that I got this from the library. I had it for a while, and I read, because it has the Return to Big Nothing story in it. which I've always wanted to read. But I remember when this came out, it was like a nice, like bound edition, and I was like, I'm not buying it, but it looks so awesome. And I read it, and it's awesome. Mike Zeck does the art. Who wrote it? Stephen Grant. So I just read that, and then I was like, okay, I'll return it. But then I read the next issue, which was 25 of the original first Marvel Punisher series. It has to do with the government, but it's written by Mike Baron, who wrote Badger. And it was pretty good. And then it has this story, Intruder. What's the cover? And I remember seeing this. This was like a bound edition. And I was well, let me check that out. That one was good. Again, written by Mike Baron. And then I kept reading it, and I was like, this is some of the best stuff I've read recently in recent memory. Book, comic, movie, or otherwise. I guess I like it just as much as Barbarian. Mike Baron is such a good writer, and I know the Punisher is just so one-dimensional, or you would think, but he has so much depth and character in these stories. Mike Baron, it's weird, Mike Baron likes the Badger, who's like a crazy guy, who likes to drink beer and party, and just, he's got a wife and friends. Punisher is a lone gunman, and he gets him out there. And it's funny, like there's a part where he's buying guns, a bunch of automatic weapons, and he's all, the only people that should have, or the only people who should have automatic weapons are me. I was like, he's so like, he's such a lunatic that he doesn't think anyone should have automatic weapons but him, because he's the only one who knows how to use them. Yeah, just a little stuff that Punisher thinks. He's totally, yeah, he is, actually, I guess he is crazy too. So, man, I'm gonna, and I've read over 200 pages in, well, I guess like over 130 pages like in a day. So that's it, Mayhem. I like the Punisher way better writing. Yeah, Joe Lynch, make a layman novel into a movie.